Hey, great to have you on my channel. My name is Rémi and in today's video I'm going to talk about Britney Spears' 30-second perfume, Fantasy Sheer. And this perfume is an eau de toilette fragrance and I have it for a little while right now. And the reason why I waited a little bit to review this perfume is because this perfume is a reinterpretation of the original Fantasy. We had just had Fantasy Intense, but now we have Fantasy Sheer. And Fantasy Intense was a more stronger version of the original Fantasy, but this one is a less stronger version. It's an eau de toilette, it's kind of softer, more intimate, and even though this perfume smells very familiar to the original Fantasy, they kind of changed, they kind of played with the notes of this perfume. So when you smell it in the beginning, it smells very familiar to the original Fantasy, but when you start to take more notice and dive deeper into the scent, you realize that they really kind of changed this perfume. And I wanted to first learn and test this perfume out to give you a perfect review of this scent. So this is the beautiful bottle. So it's kind of a light pink, it's see-through. We have the Swarovski diamonds, we have the silver neck, and this is the box. Something that I have to say about this perfume is that I really like the packaging of this box. I love the fact that they kept the original design. The original design has like the fantasy vibes, very fantasy, fairy kind of. So they kept the same kind of design, but they changed up the colors. So they kept the white, but they added a light two kind of pinks, like a light pink, a hot pink, and then green stripes with the white and then the silver. I really like the box. Only with the bottle, the original Fantasy is like a hot pink with green rhinestones, but the bottle has like a shimmery finish, and I've just been wondering how this perfume bottle would have looked in this color, but also with the glitter shine that the bottle has. So that could have been also pretty, but still this bottle is kind of cute. And so when they were first announcing the release of this perfume, I wasn't really excited because with everything that is going on with Britney Spears, I just didn't think that it was the right time to keep releasing perfumes under her name, for her brand. But of course I understand that the business kind of needs to go on. But I also need to say a big congratulations to the Britney ARMY for the Free Britney movement, for everything that they realized. If you follow me on social media, my Perfume Instagram, you know that I'm also a Free Britney supporter. So congratulations to the Free Britney movement, the Britney Spears fan, and also to Britney Spears. I hope that everything is well and that you will find your happiness. But now I'm going to go further with the perfume review, because that's the reason why you're all here. So now I'm going to inform you about the notes of this perfume. But before I'm going to go on the notes of Fantasy Sheer, I'm going to talk about the original Fantasy first. So the original Fantasy was released in 2005 and is a gourmand, fruity, flowery perfume. And I have to say the notes of this perfume is just fantastic. The reason why Britney Spears has 32 perfumes is because she's Britney Spears. She's a megastar, she's so successful, everything that she touches turns into gold. But this perfume is so good. Like the scent, the bottle, the packaging, everything about this perfume is so good, and that's the reason why there are so many perfumes and so many fantasies. After Fantasy we had Midnight Fantasy, Hidden Fantasy, Circus Fantasy, so many fantasies: rainbow fantasy, sunset fantasy, island fantasy, and so on. So Maui fantasy, fantasy in bloom, fantasy intimate edition, fantasy the naughty remix, the nice remix. So many fantasies came from this iconic scent. And the top notes of this perfume, I'm going to read it because I want to say everything correct. So the top notes of this perfume, the original fantasy, is kiwi, red lychee and quince. In the middle notes we have white chocolate, cupcake, orchid and jasmine. And in the base we have musk, woody notes and orris root. So we have this perfume. I describe this perfume as like a cupcake of kiwi with white chocolate and lychee on top. This is just a white chocolate cupcake with lychee and kiwi and all these, yeah, very sweet notes. Just really lovely. And also I had this perfume and the original Curious. They arrived kind of at the same time as I got Fantasy Sheer, so that's the reason why I put this perfume on my little display. Such a nice perfume. You have no idea how much bottles I have used of the original Fantasy. So now I'm going to go to the notes of Fantasy Sheer. So Fantasy Sheer is an eau de toilette perfume, and yes, and the original Fantasy is an eau de parfum, and that's also a reason why this is Fantasy Sheer, because an eau de toilette is softer than an eau de parfum. And in the top we have citrus water, we have lychee and quince. In the middle we have water lily, lily of the valley, and in the base we have cupcake, iris, white musk and woody notes. So the interesting, what they changed and what interesting is about this perfume is that they added the citrus water in the top. So when you first spray the perfume, you get that really citrusy freshness added to the original Fantasy. And then we have also the lychee and the quince, and the lychee adds that fruitness, that sweetness. And in the middle we have something totally different. All the middle notes went away, the white chocolate, the cupcake, they all went bye-bye. And we have water lily and lily of the valley. So the middle notes of this perfume is just very flowery, very light, airy, just a flower bouquet. And then what they did is that they took some notes from the middle into the base. So in the base we have cupcake, iris, white musk and woodsy notes. And normally with the original Fantasy, the base is kind of warm, woody, musky. But with Fantasy Sheer you get a combination of the middle notes and the base together in the base. So your base is more sweet than the original Fantasy. And that's something that I really like about this perfume. This perfume is fantastic in warmer temperatures. It has that freshness, but it's still so sweet and flowery. So that is something really nice about this perfume. And that's why I recommend people to get this perfume. If you have smelled the original but you thought it was too strong, this is perfect. If you like the original but you want something to have in the summer as well, this is also really nice. If you just ran out of the original Fantasy but you want something new or you want to buy it again, this could be also really nice because this is kind of a newer version of the original Fantasy. And that is something that I understand that the brand really likes, is to just keep playing and perfecting the original Fantasy. So the Fantasy Sheer is for the performance of this perfume, for being an eau de toilette perfume, is this perfume really kind of a good performer. Normally I'm not such a big fan of eau de toilette, I always go for eau de parfum, but for being an eau de toilette this performs so good. Like, if I would know that this is an eau de toilette, I would think that this is an eau de parfum, but it makes perfect sense for this perfume to be an eau de toilette because of the freshness and that you could wear it perfectly in the summer. Also, that something that I found of this perfume is that this perfume, when I wear it, I feel like this perfume is a more sophisticated version of the original Fantasy. The original Fantasy is like, hey, very girly, very pink, very bright, happy, and this perfume is more like, hey, I'm here. It's a little more classy, I think. And something that I also like, and I think a lot of people will appreciate, not every perfume collector likes bright, in your face kind of perfume bottles, but this perfume is like light pink, and with the silver, this perfume really combines nicely with other perfumes as well. For people who like to display their perfumes, this is a beautiful bottle to combine it with other ones. It's really subtle. So if you don't like very bright perfumes, this could be really nice for you. The longevity of this perfume is also really nice. With the original Fantasy, if you spray it in the morning, even until the next day, if you would put up your clothes, you would still smell the perfume. And with Fantasy Sheer, I have kind of the same experience, except at the end of the day, or not even, you know, after a little while. Normally, the original Fantasy I smell a couple of times through the day, that it comes to me. But with this perfume, you can still smell it, but it's more that you smell it on your clothing than that the smells comes to yourself. But like the day after, you still smell the perfume on your clothing. So it's a more softer, more intimate, it's more like a skin perfume, but it performs really well. This was my review of Fantasy Sheer by Britney Spears. So this perfume is an eau de toilette, citrusy, fresher version of the original Fantasy, but still very sweet and flowery, with a perfect performance in a cute light pink bottle. So if you like this review, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Please talk to me in the comments what you think, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. If you want to see more, you can also follow me on my Instagram page, where I post pictures and videos of my perfume collection and my projects on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one.